and welcome to my channel. I'm Kim with Pink Squirrel Studio. So today I have a junk journaling session that is a new year without resolutions. So today's project is going to be called What I'm Carrying Forward, and it is a tag stack page. So our base layer is going to consist of a piece of scrapbook paper. So this is what I have in, I guess it's upside down. These are just some items I've been working on that I keep in this little acrylic bin, and these, like I said, these are projects that are kind of in the works. And so I've been working on some tags. These are going to go into my new 2026 junk journal without resolutions. So I don't know about you, but I guess I am kind of done with the whole resolution thing. So what I am going to do is carry forward what is working instead of trying to create new resolutions for 2026. So these are just basic little tags. I have a piece of scrapbook paper on the bottom. I used a ruler with a ragged edge to tear those pieces, and then I put some ribbon on top of that, and then on top of that I put another piece of paper with a tag and the word that I have chosen, and then I just took some string and tied them all together. Now these are my 3 words that I am using for this year. So strong, grow, and thankful. The strong is because I have noticed that I turned 60 last year, and I have really lost a lot of strength in the last year. So I am really going to try much harder this year to regain some of that strength. I've noticed especially upper body strength has been very, very hard for me. Like, I can't open jars anymore, and I used to always be able to open those. But anyway, so also grow. And that is kind of, I mean, that's grow as a person, but also I want to do more gardening. So that kind of is a dual purpose. And then thankful. I want to be thankful for the things that I already have. I feel like I have a pretty blessed life, and I need to be more thankful for what I have. So let's see. Let's go ahead and get started with this. I'm going to put these all on a page, and let's get to it. Okay, so I have here some coffee dyed paper, and then I have a page from a book, and then I have some scrapbooking paper here as another layer, and then I also have this scrapbooking paper as the final layer. And then what I want to do is just, I kind of have to decide which, I think what I want to do, I want to put grow first, and then I want to put strong, and then I want to put thankful. So this is going to be the page. So I'm going to go ahead and glue these down. And I want to make sure that these are all lined up the way that I want them to be. So that's going to go right here. And I think I want to kind of line these up like this. So this one is going to go right here. And then this one, last but not least, okay, so I have that page done, or that section. Then let me go ahead and let's get this one glued down. And I'm a little nervous because normally I have a Dollar Tree cutting mat underneath anything that I glue because I tend to be kind of messy. And I hate getting my mat dirty. Okay, and then I'm going to stick this layer on. And I'm using this Barely Art Precision Craft Glue. Okay, and then I am just going to adhere this page. Now what you can do is you can just put glue on here, on this side, and this side, and then this becomes a tuck spot in your junk journal. And that's what I'm going to do with this. And I could, and I'm thinking about adding glue. I think I will. So that these don't flop around and they stay in their position. So I'm going to go ahead and put some glue here. And last but not least, okay, now these are, or they tend to be, these browns and these darker colors. I do need to ink the edges. I think I'm going to put a little bit more right here. And I think I'm going to put a little bit right here. And I already, there. And then I think I'm going to put one here. Now, I looked all over for stickers that said grow, strong, and thankful, and I just couldn't find any that would fit on these. And I know my handwriting is terrible, but But, you know, this is, it just is what it is. So this is what I used. I mean, you can use stickers if you want, and I'm sure most of you have way better handwriting than what I have. So this is ready to go into a page. Like I said, I mean, you can do these sides and make this your tuck spot, or you can do these three sides, make this your tuck spot. I mean, you could make it a belly band if you wanted to, and then, you know, just tuck in here. I mean, really, it's up to you. But this is what I wanted to put in my 2026 journal, and so I thought that I would share that with you. So the next thing that we're going to work on is a rotating reflection wheel, and it is a spinner. Now, originally I was going to do this all from scratch, but then I saw these items from Dollar Tree. And I thought, you know what? This is going to make my life a little bit easier. So I'll just use those instead. Now, if you were going to do this from scratch, all you would have to do would be to cut 2 circles from cardstock, one that would be your base, one that would be your top. So you would cut a pie slice window or a small rectangle window, depending on what you prefer. You can decorate it with scrapbook. Then you want to punch a center hole in both circles and then join with a brad so that it'll spin. You can label it Reflect or 2026 Check-In or whatever it is that you want to say. So you can put prompts on there, and they can say anything that you want, really. So it might say, right now I need, or maybe this month I'm proud of, or I want less of, something like one small joy. And then you can go ahead and fill in what you want to put in your little spinning wheel. So what we're going to do is, these are the ones from Dollar Tree. You get 4 pieces, and I'm just going to go ahead and open this up. Get this out of the way. But what you have right now are, I mean, if you can use these, the PL, the FL, this one is FR, this one is BR. I mean, if you can use these, you know, go right ahead. But what I'm going to do is, I am going to take this one, and I want to take this little piece off of here. Now you are going to kind of tear this paper a little bit, but that's okay because we're going to cover that up. So the easiest thing to do is just to take this, flip this upside down, and flip this upside down. So now you've got pretty much a clean slate. So what I want to do with this is I want to emboss this top piece. Now you can do whatever you want to do. You can coffee dye this, you can add stickers, you can draw on it, you can do whatever you want to do. But what I want to do is I want to emboss this. So I want to use this embossing folder. And what I'm going to do is just stick this in here like this. And I made my sandwich. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to put this through. Okay. So now I have this embossed and it looks really nice, and I also have a die cut that goes with this. So I am going to grab that, and let's see, let's put this right here. Let me take that off there. I'm going to go ahead and stick this here, and I like this pink. Do I have the right side? No. So let me stick that there. Grab my... Everything is warped. I don't know how these things get warped, but they do. Okay, and I'm going to run this through. All right, and now I'm going to pop this through here. Where are my little tools? All right. Okay, I do have one that I made earlier that I think came out a little bit better than this, so I'm going to use that one. And I just know I'm going to make a mess, so let's go ahead and get this down to protect my surface. I really like this one that I did earlier, and I am going to, where's my glue? Let's go ahead and now I have to figure out which is the correct way to orient this. I think it goes like this. Okay. And then what I want to do is add some ink. So this is called Rose Madder, and I think I got this at, I want to say I got it at Joann. I've had it for a while, so I could be wrong, but I think that's where I got it. And then I'm just going to kind of go over these. I think that needs more glue. Let's see if I can get that. Okay, I think that works. All right, then let's see, we want to take this, and I'm going to go ahead and get a brad. And I got this, this came from Amazon, and let's see what I think would, I always have such an awful time getting this thing open. Okay, so I don't know what looks best, do you suppose? Maybe this one. Let's see what this looks like. Yeah, I like that one. Okay. And then we flip this upside down. Go ahead and just fasten this. And I think some of this needs a little bit more ink. Okay, so I am happy with this, and now bear in mind my handwriting is horrible. I mean, like really, really horrible. So what I'm going to put in here, and I'm going to use a Sharpie. Let's see, I want less of, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to just make little places to write. So we have that. Let's go ahead and switch. And let's do another one. And I basically just go until I can't see the one that was before it, and then I go ahead and draw another one. And that's it. That's all I can fit. So this is basically your rotating reflection spinner. And I also want to, while I'm thinking about it, let's go ahead and get these edges. Today we created what I'm carrying forward stack page, and mine looks like this. I do need to ink the edges of this. And so if you're curious how I tore these pages, because I can't tear them, manually, or I'll make a mess out of them. But I have these from Amazon that I picked up, so I have all these cool edges that I can use. And I don't remember how expensive these were, but they were not very expensive for all of these. And I think I have, let's see, oh wait, no, there's two here. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And these are just, they make it so easy when you want to tear the edges of a piece of paper or book page, whatever it is, whatever kind of paper you're dealing with, these make it so much easier. Highly recommend these. Go ahead and get this put away. This is in Vintage Photo Distressing. This is the Tim Holtz. I don't know if I mentioned that before, but I wanted to make sure that you knew what that was. So here we have the what I'm carrying forward tag stack page, and you can stack as many pages as you want. And like I said, this, I mean, you could make it a tuck spot over here. It can be a pocket over here. You can make it a belly band if you wanted to. There are a lot of different ways you can do this, and each of these layers could be another tuck spot. Just depends on what you want for your journal. So there's that. And then we have our rotating reflection wheel spinner. And again, you can put as many of these little reflection spots on here that you would like. I think there's usually room for about 8 to 10 of them on here. It just depends on how you make yours. If you use the Dollar Tree ones, I think you've got at least 8 to 10 spots on here. And you can decorate these however you want. You can put, you can make it out of cardstock if you want to. You can put ephemera on here. You can put stickers on here. I mean, just the sky's the limit. You can do whatever you want. But these are two different ways that you can use to create your new 2026 junk journal without resolutions. So sometimes people get very discouraged with resolutions, and this just makes it easy to not do that. This is just saying, okay, so I want less of, whatever I happen to come up with here. Maybe less stress, less conflict, less people that don't serve my life. There are a lot of different things that you might want to put in here. Whatever it is for you, that's what you need to put in here. And then these are my 3 words that I want to carry forward this year. I want to grow, not only as a person, but also as a garden. I want to do more gardening, which is something that I've always loved to do, but I have just found that I just haven't really had the time the last several years. But I want to get back into that. And strong, that is not only emotionally strong, but also physically strong, because I have noticed that I have lost a lot of physical strength over the last years with all of the injuries that I've had. I haven't been able to exercise like I used to before, and so strong is very important to me. I need to get my strength back. And thankful. I want to be appreciative and thankful of the life that I have and the things that I have. And I especially want to be thankful to all of my YouTube subscribers. I appreciate you so much more than you will ever know. Truly, I can't say enough about how much I really appreciate you. So you could take, you could put a tuck spot back here. Now this could be a journaling card on the back, and you could just tuck that down. You could tuck this one down. That could go behind here, and this has already got a little journaling space on the back. So that's another idea. There's just so many different ways that you can do this. Okay, so I started editing and realized I wanted to do a little bit more with this. So I added some Dollar Tree stickers, and I think this one looks pretty good as is. So my words were grow, strong, and thankful. And another option, this one I want less of. You could put whatever you want on these, whatever you want to focus on. But another option is to take your focus words and create rotating reflection wheels out of those as well. So this one I did for grow, and again I embossed the front and added some stickers and some, little gems and so forth. And so this is what I did for my focus word grow. And then I did, for strong, I picked this one. You are stronger than you think. And again, I embossed this top and added some stickers. All of the items, the stickers, the bling, this little piece of washi tape didn't come from Dollar Tree, but everything else did. I did also ink this, and I didn't use Dollar Tree ink, but I certainly could have. If you want, a look more like this next one that I'm going to show you. This is what I did for thankful. And if you want more of an antique-y look, Dollar Tree has shoe polish that you can use. I have used that a lot to give it more of a distressed look. It does a really good job. But you can put stickers on here, you can paint it, you can draw on it, you can do whatever you want. You can cover it with scrapbook paper. You can do the back in scrapbook paper too. If this bothers you, nobody's going to see this on mine, so I'm not too worried about that. You can use this as a tuck spot. I mean, this could be a belly band if you wanted to. You could just glue the top and the bottom, or you can glue the bottom of this directly to your page, which is what I'm planning on doing. So I've got 3 different focus words: grow, strong, and thankful. And I've got my reflection wheel that I can use for these 3 different focus words for 2026. Real quick, let's just do a close-up of these. Here is my focus word for grow, and this is the reflection wheel that I have created for this one. And this is the one for strong. Hopefully that will focus. So these little guys right here, I ended up, I had a little accident with the ink, and it kind of drug a couple of lines through there, and so I put those on there to camouflage those. I really don't know if I like them there, but I'm going to leave them because trying to take them off was going to tear the paper, so they're just going to stay. And then for thankful, this is how this one turned out. I think they're really cute. I really like them, and I had a lot of fun making them. These are really easy to make. They're quick, you know, especially if you buy the wheel already in place from Dollar Tree. It makes it so easy. You can cover the bottom if you want to, but I'm just going to stick these, you know, I'm going to glue these to my page, and so nobody's ever going to see them. But you could tuck them in, you know, like a belly band. This could be a belly band, and you could tuck it under there if you wanted to. You could tuck it in any pocket that you wanted to. I mean, you do have to be a little bit careful because these are raised, but I mean, there's so many different things that you can do with these. And then this one, I want less of. You could do I want more of. I mean, you could really, you know, you could do whatever you want to with these. They're really versatile. Focus, come on. There we go, finally got that focused. But anyway, you know, they were a lot of fun to make, and I would really encourage you to try and make them. I don't like, this was a kind of a test drawing the little spot to write in, and I don't like that. I think from now on I would leave these blank. That's just for me personally. You know, you might want to do yours different, but anyway, I really hope you'll give these a try. If this was at all helpful to you, I would really appreciate a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed, please consider subscribing. Would really love to have you come aboard. This is Kim from Pink Squirrel Studios signing off. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day, and we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.